Welcome to this webinar about the European ornamental horticulture market, including products like nursery plants, flowers, and shrubs. US ornamental plants are valued for their quality and variety here in Europe. So during this webinar, we will explain you a little bit more about the market and things to take into account. But before we start, a short introduction. My name is Anouk Dijkgraaf and I am one of the sales account managers. Together with my colleagues Roseanne and Victor, I work in the European in-market consultant team for SESTA. We do this since 2006, and with we, I mean our company, FAF Expert Marketing. We are specialists in agri-food, and we are located in the Netherlands, which can be seen as the gateway to Europe. Our company has a strong network and lots of experience and knowledge. We have, yeah, we like to use this experience, network, and knowledge to help you as the study further. Through our passionate team. Our goal is to help you and to assist you, and we like to do that on a daily basis. So today I will, give you just a brief introduction into some topics, as we cannot, talk about everything, because that would take like hours, and we don't have that time. So if you would like to receive some more information about the market, you can always register, for example, for a virtual consultation, or just send me an email or give me a phone call. So we will discuss briefly the size and of the market, some trends, consumer preferences, phytosanitary certificates, labeling and packaging standards, and distribution, the retail landscape, and finding local partners. So the European ornamental horticulture market is a dynamic and growing sector, and it reflects changing consumer preferences and lifestyle trends. There's a strong cultural appreciation for flowers and plants, and the European consumers increasingly recognize the aesthetic and emotional and environmental benefits of greenery, and incorporating greenery into their lives. The market of flowers and ornamental plants in Europe was valued approximately 7.7 USD in 2022, and it is projected to grow to 14.4 billion USD in 2032. So a big growth. This growth is driven by rising disposable incomes, urbanization, and a growing interest in home gardening and indoor plants. The European consumer is becoming more conscious of the quality of plants that they purchase, and they are increasing, and there is an increasing demand for organic gardening practices. Additionally to this, consumers are showing an interest in the therapeutic and wellness benefits of plants, and many people use flowers and greenery to enhance their living spaces and to reduce stress, and also to improve air quality. So indoor plants, they are particularly popular, as they are perceived to contribute positively to mental well-being, and that they create a calming atmosphere in homes and at workplaces. So there are several trends that are shaping the consumer market for plants in Europe, and the first one is gardening as recreation. More individuals are engaging gardening as a hobby, and there's a significant rise in the number of people that are spending time in their gardens. This has led to increased sales of outdoor plants, including flowering perennials and fruit trees. As consumers, they are looking for to create personal green space to relax and for food production. Um, then the second one is space saving solutions. So urban living spaces, they become smaller, and there's a growing demand for space-saving ornamental plants. That can thrive in these limited areas, such as balcony gardens and indoor planters. Consumers, they are looking for plants that are not only decorative but also functional. For example, herbs and dwarf vegetable varieties and online shopping. There's a rise of e-commerce, of course, and this has transformed how consumers purchase ornamental plants. The online platforms, they provide convenience and a wider selection, making it easier for consumers to access unique and exotic varieties that may not be available locally. Then about regulatory environment. Well, the EU takes health very seriously. They want to protect their agriculture and environment from harmful pests and diseases. That is why they have strict rules for bringing plants into the countries. And the most important thing that you need to know is that almost all plants that are entering the EU, they must have a phytosanitary certificate. This certificate is a special document that proves that your plants are healthy and safe. And to get this certificate, your plants must be properly inspected before leaving the US and be free of any dangerous pests or diseases. And they must meet all the EU's plant health rules. I include a link to this slide to some more information. And it is important to note that some plants also might need extra checks or have special rules. So, for example, certain trees or plants from specific regions might have additional requirements. And always check the exact rules that apply for your plant if you for the type of plant that you want to export. So once the plant enters the EU and passes inspection, they may then require a EU plant passport for further movement within EU countries, but this would be issued within the EU, so not by you as the US exporter. Let's move on to labeling and packaging standards. Well, proper labeling is very important when you want to import your products to the EU. So all plants and plant products must have a clear and easy to read label. And these labels need to include your name and address as the exporter, the scientific name of the plant, so the Latin name, the country where the plant was grown, and information about the plant's quality and size. So if you are selling plants directly to consumers in the stores, probably not the case, but I just wanted to mention this. You probably work with an importer, but I will discuss this later as well. So if you are selling directly, you need to add even more information to the label. So the common name of the plant in the local language, the full name of the country where the plant was grown, where the plant is from, not just the code, how much the package weighs, and for some types of plants, you need to say when the plant should be used by, and any specific special instructions for taking care of plants need to be added. And remember here that all this information must be in the local language, so the language that people in the EU country that they can understand. So if you're selling for France, for example, the label should be in French. Then packaging, also for packaging, the EU has rules. So your packaging must protect the plants during their trip to Europe. This means using materials that keep the plants safe and healthy. And the EU has specific rules about what materials you can use. So if you use, for example, wood packaging, like wooden crates or pallets, you need to be extra careful because these must follow specific rules to prevent the spread of pests, and the wood needs to be treated and marked in a specific way. It's also good to know that the EU is becoming more environmentally conscious, so they prefer packaging that is recyclable or made from sustainable materials. So when you use eco-friendly packaging, this can make your product more attractive for the European buyers. One more thing to remember is that these rules can change. So the EU updates its regulations from time to time, and it's always a good idea to check for the latest information before you start exporting. So you can do this by contacting your local Department of Agriculture, us as the European consultant, um, the US embassies, so the foreign ag teams at the US embassies, and always check the official EU websites. Following the rules it might seem complicated at first, and I don't want to make you running away from exporting, but it's very important. And if your plants don't meet the standards, they might be stopped at the EU border, which could mean that you lose your shipment and your money and all the time that you invested. And we want to avoid that, of course. But don't worry, with careful planning and attention to detail, you can successfully export your beautiful plants to Europe. And many companies do this every day, so it's not impossible. You just need to be careful and detailed. So, how are the plants sold in Europe and where? This is quite similar than in the US. So, garden centers, the big stores that sell all kinds of plants and gardening tools, supermarkets. Many supermarkets have a section for plants. Flower shops, so next to the cut flowers, most of these shops also sell potted plants. Online, so e-commerce is rising. More and more people are buying plants on the internet, and sometimes outdoor markets where people sell plants. When you want to sell your plants in Europe, it's good to work with a local partner, like an importer. And these importers can help you in many ways. These importers, they know the local market. They understand what kinds of plants people in their country like to buy. They have the connections. They know the best shops, the way to the shops, the garden centers to sell your plants. They speak the language, which is important for doing business in different countries, and they understand the rules. So each country might have it next to the harmonized rules also its own rules about selling plants. So your local partner can help you following these rules. And remember that a good partnership takes time to build. So be patient and communicate often with your partner. A good way to find local partners is participating at IPM Essen, and Susta has a pavilion at this trade show for many years now. In this pavilion, you can get your own booth with your own meeting table, etc. IPM Essen, it takes place in Germany from the 28th till the 31st of January 2025, and the registration deadline is October 28th. IPM Essen is one of the largest trade shows for horticulture, and it attracts over 40,000 trade visitors from around 50 countries. So you will not only meet with the key German buyers, but also from other countries, for example, from the Netherlands. Participating helps you to establish new business relationships in the European market. You can display your products to a relevant international audience, and Susta provides comprehensive support to its co-exhibitors, including assistance with registration, um, get entrance tickets, guidance during the exhibition, and help with identifying follow-up opportunities. So being part of the Susta Pavilion, it offers you a more affordable way to participate in this trade show, because participating in this trade show is very expensive, and with Susta you can get a really good price. So please check the Susta website and the Susta event page. Participating with Susta at this trade show is a strategic way to explore and to potentially export or to potentially enter the European market. While benefiting from the support and the resources that are provided by Susta. So if you have any questions about the market, the industry, the trade show, please let me know. Susta, the activity managers, we are here to help you. So please make use of that. You can register for a virtual consultation through the Susta website, or send me an email, give me a phone call. We love to help you, so please make use of that. Thank you for watching this webinar, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in Essen, Germany, to seeing you at the trade show. Thank you for your time, and hope to see you soon.